In our modern culture, there's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of noise, so to speak, that competes for our time and our attention. The time and attention of our hearts and our minds, even our physical bodies. So that could be media, Facebook, social media, Twitter, and Snapchat. It could be just entertainment in general. It could be sports, which aren't negative or bad. But I know that a young person, a teenager in our culture, is very busy. School has tremendous demands. The extracurriculars, just life demands a lot. And the reality is many young people have not been given the opportunity to press pause on all of that and set aside its time and a season in their lives to be still, to slow down, and encounter God. And so the vision of our 10-day, 10-night teenage backpacking and wilderness expedition is to set aside a time, a place for a teenager to come and experience God, experience Jesus and the Holy Spirit in the wild places of creation, the wild places of Wyoming. And that might even sound a little crazy. That might even sound a little wild or radical to come out to Wyoming and the Rocky Mountains and go backpacking and rock climbing for 10 days and put myself in this place of, wow, potential risk, and there's animals out there, and I'm sleeping on the ground, I'm going to the bathroom, without a modern toilet, all these fears and images that get conjured up. But I can assure you that if we go back to the Bible, God has been calling young people, teenagers even, into the wilderness for a season to be transformed, to be equipped, to be renewed, and to grow in relationship with Him, to have an encounter, so to speak, with Him. And the person that comes to mind most often for me is a teenage David, who as a shepherd boy learned who God was when he was out in the wild places of creation watching over his father's sheep. And it really gave him the courage, it gave him the hope, it gave him the confidence, it gave him the relationship with God to go face Goliath, go face a tremendous obstacle and challenge, because he knew who God was. And he knew that God was with him. And quite honestly, a teenager in our culture faces a metaphorical Goliath, or many metaphorical Goliaths in their lives. And as a parent, you might be listening to this thinking, yeah, I know my teenager faces a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges. There's a lot of obstacles and barriers in their life. Well, this is an opportunity for them to come and learn who their God is, who their Father in heaven is, and who their King is, Jesus. And equip them, so to speak, to go back to the challenges that they face with a renewed sense of courage, purpose, focus, hope, and identity. And if you're a teenager, you may be listening to this thinking, yeah, I do face a lot of obstacles, a lot of, quote, Goliaths in my life. And oftentimes I'm consumed with fear and intimidation and doubt. Well, I want to give you an opportunity to come out to Wyoming, face some of those fears in a context or a community that is challenging, and it's challenging and full of risk, but there's tremendous reward to that risk. The risk is not unsafe. The risk is not unnecessary, but it's there to help us grow. And so come, live an adventure, go on a journey that has the opportunity and the potential to change your life and equip you to go back to the challenges you face in your teenage years. It will be well worth your investment of time, energy, and resources. And I can assure you, having watched many young teenagers go through our 10-day program, that they come out the other side refreshed, renewed, and oftentimes catalyzed and transformed. So I want to welcome you, and I look forward to seeing you out here in Wyoming on one of our 10-day, 10-night wilderness adventures.